Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm going to share my new work bag with you, which is the Senreve Maestra bag. Now, if you're not familiar with Senreve, they're a fairly new luxury handbag company that was started by a group of professional women that were really looking for the perfect everyday bags. And when they couldn't find them, they decided to design their own. And the Maestra bag is their answer for a work bag when you're looking for something that can really carry all of your everyday essentials, including even a laptop, full-size notebook, and just some bigger items, while still keeping the bag very comfortable, but luxury looking. Now, this video is not sponsored. I have never been sent anything or been paid to talk about a product, although that would be really cool if a company that I wanted to work with did that. So Senreve, if you're watching, call me. But I just mentioned that because when I was originally looking at Senreve bags, I did go to YouTube and found several vloggers that had been sent bags by Senreve, and obviously that worked because I bought this bag because of those, but Senreve doesn't even know who I am. I also want to mention I totally did not need a new work bag because at Christmas I actually got the full-size Mulberry Bayswater, and this has been working really well for me. I just love carrying it, but when I was looking for that bag, I was also thinking about the Maestra bag, but then Mulberry had a fantastic sale, and so I got the Bayswater at just a really awesome price, so I went that way. But I've continued to remember the Maestra bag and be interested in it. So back a couple of weeks ago for Earth Day, Senreve actually did something that was really cool, which was they offered their demo bags for sale at a discount. These were bags that might have been used in photo shoots or on a PR showroom floor or something like that. So not really used bags, but not freshly new bags either. And so because they were offering them at a discount, I thought now was a great chance to go ahead and purchase one at a little bit less of a price. So let's go ahead and open her up. Here's the box that it came in. It did take about a week and a half to get to me after I'd ordered it, but we'll go ahead and open it up. Oh, that's cute. They have some tissue paper in here that have octopi on it, and I remember from an Instagram post a few months back that I think the octopus is kind of their symbol, so that's cute. And then just my receipt, and then here is the bag. It comes with its own dust bag. As I mentioned, I think earlier, Senreve really does see themselves as a luxury handbag designer using top quality leathers and materials, and so you do expect some of the same fit and finishes that you would get when you're buying other luxury handbags. All right, so here is the bag. I got it in the blush color, which the blush, they make their Maestra bags in, I think, 3 or 4 different leathers. Kind of the 2 core leathers that they have lots of colors in are the pebbled leather, which is what this is, and then a leather that's more, they call it a bark-like finish, that I think is supposed to be like epi leather from Louis Vuitton, which is a little bit stiffer leather. And so originally when I was looking at these, I was actually thinking I wanted something in the other leather, and the color I was looking at was more of a gray color, a little bit darker, because I was just thinking that might be a little bit more durable and not show signs of wear. But since I have the Mulberry bag, which is a darker color, I did decide to go ahead and take a chance on this one and get this leather in this beautiful blush color, because I thought it'd be a good complement to wear in the spring and summer months. But actually, as I'm looking at this leather, it is a pebbled or grained leather, and it actually looks like it's going to be pretty durable. So I'm really pleased with that kind of as an initial impression. Now, one of the things about the bags that they were selling is several of them did have minor damage to them, and including this one, which they pointed out exactly what it was and had a really good picture of it, which is just a very faint mark on the strap. And so I can see it, but you probably can't really see it on the video because it really is very, very minor. So let's go ahead and look at the rest of the outside of the bag. It does have a tab closure, which has this little notch that can go through one of these holes. Then it has a top handle, and then it has straps. And one of the things that I think is so cool about this bag is it has 4 different ways that you can carry it. And I will insert mod shots later showing how it looks each of those ways, but you can carry it either with the top handle, you can carry it across one shoulder, you know, just kind of hanging down. You can also carry it crossbody, or you can pull the straps down and you can carry it as a backpack, which I think is a great feature because if you load it up with a laptop and all your other everyday essentials, the bag can get really, really heavy. And so being able to put it on as a backpack not only helps with, you know, if you're having to carry it for a while, you know, kind of keeping it from hurting your shoulder, but it also keeps you hands-free, which I think is just an awesome option. So I don't really carry bags as backpacks very often, but I like having that option while still having the ability to carry it more the normal ways that I like to carry bags. Now also on the straps, it looks like it has quite a few holes to be able to adjust the lengths of the straps. Looks like there are 9 different holes on each side, so you can obviously customize it to get just the perfect length for your frame. Then it has this slip pocket on the back, and it comes with a tag that just has some care instructions about the bag. And then it has a tag on the front that's attached in such a way that it's basically the tag that when you cut this off, it's no longer returnable. Then on the bottom, it does have 5 feet, and right now they just have the blue plastic over them that I can peel off when I'm ready to wear it. And then the bag says Senreve right there in a metallic, I guess it's silver color. Then under the flap, there is a zip option. So that's one of the things that's really important to me when I'm getting a work bag, is that it has a way to keep everything secure, because I do travel for work occasionally and I need to be able to feel like all of my contents are secure when I'm going through the airport or denser locations, making it easier for someone to pick something out of your bag without you knowing. Now, one of the other features that Senreve really touts about this bag is it weighs only 2.8 pounds, which is 2 to 3 pounds lighter than other typical leather bags of this size. So they really are trying to make the bag as functional as possible. I do also have the Givenchy medium Antigona bag, which is quite heavy on its own. Then you load it up with a bunch of stuff and it does get pretty heavy. So now let's go ahead and take a look inside the bag. As you can see, the inside of this bag is this beautiful pale blue color in a micro suede. And this is consistent throughout all of the bags, no matter what the exterior is, it's this pale blue color, which is really nice because this bag is obviously really big on the inside. And so when you have a light color like this, it just makes it easier to find your stuff. So looks like it says Senreve on one side on the inside, and then on the other it does say made in Italy. Supposedly it's also the same factory that makes other luxury handbags. On the back, you have this padded compartment that has a snap closure. And the website says that this compartment will fit an 11 or 13-inch MacBook. Now, I don't have a MacBook. I have a Dell because it's my work computer and that's just what we have at work. So I don't know that it's going to fit back here. I'll give it a try. But they did say that the big open center compartment will fit up to a 15-inch MacBook. So I expect that that's where my laptop will fit, and I can just store maybe my folders or notebooks or whatever back there. Then also on the back, it's got 3 slip pockets of various sizes. And then on the front, there's also 3 slip pockets, with one of them being gusseted so you could get something a little thicker. And then a pretty big zip pocket, which that has a really smooth zip, by the way. Then there's this clasp, which you could put your keys or whatever, something you need to get to quickly. And then something else that I'm noticing is it looks like, yep, the sides of the zipper are snapped to the inside, so you can undo those and actually pull the zipper out, which is really nice because if you're getting really long things in and out, it's nice to be able to open up the top a little bit more. I know that from my Antigona, that sometimes getting my laptop and things in and out of it is a little bit of a struggle because it actually tapers at the top. Now, something else that I think is really helpful to share are the dimensions. So of course, Senreve has the dimensions for kind of the exterior dimensions of the bag on their site, and I did just measure it real quick, and I agree with that because sometimes when I measure versus what the designer says, I don't actually agree with it. But they say the width at the base is 12.375 inches. The width at the top is 15.5. The height is 10.5, and the depth is 10 inches. Then the drop handle is 3.5 inches, and then the straps are adjustable from 14.25 inches all the way to 20 inches. So that's the exterior dimensions, but really what I think is more helpful is to know what are the interior dimensions. So let me measure those real quick and we'll talk about that. All right, so I just used my handy little tape measure to do all of the interior dimensions. And so what I show is the base from one corner to the other is right at 12 inches from top to top, from really the inside of the snap, because that's kind of the limitation there, to the other inside of the snap is 13.25. The height is 10 inches, and then the depth this way is 5.75 inches. So it's still a pretty roomy bag overall, although I think the biggest limiting factor is the zipper, but if you open that up, you do get a little bit more room. So now let's go ahead and pack it and see how it does. So I do have my Bayswater packed full of a lot of stuff, including my laptop. So I'm going to take that out first and see how that does in here. So first I'm going to try it on that back. Yeah, no, it doesn't quite work in that back pocket, but it does fit really easily into the center. But I do think I'm going to snap that back because that was getting in the way. So you can see the laptop just slides out in and out really, really easily. Now I'm going to take my notebook, and of course that slips in. Let me see if I can slip that in that back pocket. Oh, that's nice. So that fits really nicely in that back padded pocket. Now these are things that I don't carry in my bag every day, but sometimes I do need to bring them back and forth from work to home or when I travel. So those are kind of specialty items that I sometimes carry. And then when I carry those, I also have been carrying this as kind of my tech pouch, which has my power supply and Bluetooth headset and all that kind of stuff for work. So go ahead and slip that in as well. And now we start getting into just my other handbag kind of thing. So I've got my makeup case. Now it is starting to get pretty tight at this point. I have a little bit more room, but I can tell that probably to be able to get the laptop in and out, I will have to unsnap the sides and pull those out just so I have a little bit wider opening. Let's go ahead and get a few of these things out. Get myself a little bit more room. All right, have that bag emptied out. Now we've got this one pretty full, but I can take my wallet and put that in one of the slip pockets. I can take my keys and maybe I'll put that in that one pocket that I mentioned was gusseted so it could fit a little bit thicker items. And then just slip my mints down in, and then I'll just have to kind of put my glasses on top of my makeup bag. And then my last item is my phone. And it looks like that really isn't a good fit for the slip pocket in the back. That would stretch it out after time. So I don't think that slip pocket's going to be useful for that. But obviously if you had like, you know, a badge or some kind of parking pass or something thin, that would be good to get that in and out. So this I will probably put in just one of the other slip pockets, and that works really well there. So now I'll go ahead and see how it zips up, and that zip works pretty well. And then to close it up, just stick that through. All right, and there she is all loaded up. So now I'm going to try it on the various ways that it can be worn so you can see how that looks. But I do think I'm going to go ahead and cut off this tag because I am going to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off just so it looks a little bit more professional. Thing that I thought would be helpful was just to compare its size overall to the other two bags that I kind of carry with similar contents. The first is comparison with my Mulberry Bayswater. So you can see these two bags next to each other. If I kind of line them up, my Bayswater is a little bit longer, and they are probably really realistically about the same height because the zipper is kind of far down in this one. And then if I line them up kind of bottom to bottom, you can see that the Bayswater is a little bit longer. It's also ever so slightly wider this way. And I would say that I would agree as I was packing my bags, this one feels like it has just a little bit more give. I can pack the same contents in them, but I have a little more maneuverability with the Bayswater. I'll yet to be seen whether that's going to be a big deal to me or not, because I can get everything in and out with this one, but just something that I did want to point out. Then here is my Givenchy medium Antigona, and so just looking at them next to each other, they do look kind of overall to be a very similar size, but something that's an important difference is this one, because of the way the zipper is made, feels like it tapers in as you go upward. This one feels like it tapers out. And once again, if I line these up bottom to bottom, you can see that the Antigona is just a little bit longer at the bottom, but I think it's made up by the time you get up here, and it is a little bit wider as well. So this one is actually probably the biggest bag I have, but it's not actually all functional usable space like you might hope that it is. All right, so there you have my kind of first impressions and overview of my new Senreve Maestra bag. I'm happy to keep you posted on how I actually like using the bag, the functionality of the bag, and the durability of the bag if you're interested, or if there's anything else that you want to know about it, please just leave me a comment down in the comment section below. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.